talking about being a part of this organization, I know this isn't your first time being a part of this organization, and you also played against the Drillers at one point. What does it mean to be back here with the Dodgers?
It means the world to me.
Okay, so I see your nails are painted.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, oh, they're stickers. Can you tell me why?
Well, sometimes they can't see the signs at night, so they need a little something to make sure they can see them, especially when guys are throwing 100. I don't want them to throw a fastball and I think a slider's coming, so it makes it easier.
Ava Cruchon, who's down there talking to one of the heroes in today's ball game.
Yes, Dalton was definitely a hero today. 2 home runs today, 4 home runs over this series. Do you feel like you have the Springfield pitcher's number?
No. I feel like it's just...
So we've seen you play a little bit of left field this week. What's been the adjustment going from behind the plate, having constant action, to having to be out in left field to kind of wait for the action to come to you?
Honestly, the biggest adjustment's just been...
So when you come off a performance like this, what type of emotions do you have when you're finally out of the game and you're like, man, like I just did that?
It just feels great. I'm just thinking, thank God.
During the 3rd inning, our radio broadcaster, Dennis Higgins, noticed while you're out in left field, you had your sunglasses on top of your hat while you had the sun in your eyes. Is that a fashion choice?
No, well, I mean...
So you did really well tonight. 2 doubles, 5 RBIs was working for you at the plate tonight. So I know you typically pick the red oily caps, the blue uniforms. Did you miss not being able to pick your uniforms tonight?
I did miss it, but I'm glad we wore it in the first game today, and we got the dub. So it was awesome.
Bottom of the 6th, Janer hits a 425-foot bomb. Did you think he had that type of pop? Does Max Rajic have the magic touch tonight? Springfield starting pitcher Max Rajic has been electric tonight. And it might be because it's actually his 23rd birthday. And also, according to Baseball America, he has the best control in the Cardinals organization. If you pay attention closely to every time he gets a strikeout, he does a little skip off the mound. And also, he's former teammates with Jared Karros and former driller Nick Nastrini at UCLA. More Drillers baseball is coming right back. Let's head back upstairs to the voice of the Drillers, Dennis Higgins. We're heading into the bottom of the 5th, but during the top of the 2nd, Amarillo's Ivan Melendez knocked in his 15th home run of the year. He now leads the Texas League in home runs. His family's been in the ballpark during this series, and they've been rocking his alma mater of Texas. I would say it's a little brave to be wearing Texas here in Oklahoma. Drillers are winning 4-2. More Drillers baseball is coming right back. Let's head back upstairs to the voice of the Drillers, Dennis Higgins. We have some fresh faces to the AA mound tonight. Tulsa Carlos Duran and Wichita's Kyle Jones are both making their AA debut. Both of them made a couple appearances at some other ball clubs this year, but neither of them have pitched over 3 innings. We'll see how long they stay on the mound. When you think about Drillers baseball, you don't necessarily think about stolen bases. The Drillers as a team are second to last in the Texas League for stolen bases. But you know who leads the Texas League in stolen bases? Drillers' own Taylor Young with 26. There's no way to spin it. Tulsa and Wichita both have a long history of aviation and being rivals in sports. Because of this, the Coors Light Propeller Series was born. Since 2021, Tulsa and Wichita have been battling back and forth to take home the Propeller Trophy. No joke, it is literally a huge propeller. Right now, the series is tied. We're heading into the top of the 9th, and this game might be low scoring, but one thing they're not low on is strikeouts. Drillers starting pitcher Rosario tied his AA season high of 8 strikeouts, and the Drillers pitching staff has been able to put together 13 strikeouts tonight. What made you decide that position out of all the positions as a kid?
I remember catching in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like putting the gear on, honestly, like looking different than everyone else. I always said I look like a transformer out on the field, so like that's my thing. So yeah, when I walk out with all the gear, I kind of feel special.
And actually, one of my coworkers comes upstairs and said, "Hey man, you need to answer your phone right now." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because they're trying to call you and you keep blowing them off." And I'm like, "Oh no." When I told her about the Dodgers, she was like the Dodgers? And I'm like, "Yes, Mom, the Los Angeles Dodgers." And she was freaking out.
So I know you're an OSU alum. How does it feel to be back here in Oklahoma?
Feels great. Feels great. I didn't know if I'd ever be back here and after going to Oklahoma State, but then once the Dodgers picked me up and everything else, it was like, all right, now the opportunity's there. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited to kind of play for the Drillers and just be in Oklahoma in general. So.
So in Kyle Hurt's video for you, he says Little Henny. Were you the one to nickname him?
No, Jesse Guffey is. So in spring training of 22, I'm eating with Jesse Guffey at breakfast, and he goes, "There's your son." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "That's Kyle Hurt." I didn't even know who Kyle Hurt was because he hadn't been here yet. And I'm like, "Oh my God, he kind of does." He goes, "He looks just like you."
Last season, I helped Jesse Guffey with a couple of the videos that you got throughout your treatment. And I kept hearing this one phrase, Henny Hot.
Henny Hot.
Where did that come from?
That's because when we play cards, and I don't play cards with them a lot. I will in the clubhouse some. It's like for 5 minutes, but always on the bus. I'm playing cards with them. And then someone said one day, like had won like 3 or 4 hands in a row and won some money. And they're like, "Henny Hot, Henny's hot." And it just stuck. And I'll say it too, like if I'm talking noise to them, and if they don't say it, if I've won 3 or 4 hands, I'll say it to them just to get under their skin. But someone said it one day on the bus, and it kind of just stuck.
From playing in Little League to trying to make it to the big leagues, Jainer Fernandez is a name you've already seen on ESPN.
Hello, my name is Jainer Fernandez.
He takes us back to when he got to represent his country at the Little League World Series.
Creo que eso fue uno de mis mejores momentos de mi vida.
One of the most memorable moments of his life.
Porque siento que me hice más pelotero en ese momento.
Because he felt like more than a ball player at that time.
Porque al saber o al estar más cerca de lo que era Grandes Ligas, por decirlo así, que era Pequeñas Ligas, Grandes Ligas.
Yeah, he said it gave him a little perspective. Felt like he was getting closer to the big leagues, being on such a big stage.
Porque los juegos los pasan por televisión, ESPN y.
Yeah, being on ESPN at that age and.
Fue algo demasiado. Me sentí orgulloso de estar ahí.
Really proud moment for him.
Jainer explains why you won't catch him on a mound at a Drillers game.
Bueno, porque primero por el tamaño, será muy pequeño y también que siempre es como que sigo bueno con el bate y me ha caracterizado por esa parte.
Yeah, he said when he was younger and he was small, he realized that pitching might not be the long-term answer. So taking advantage of that and the fact that he's such a good hitter is what led him to play the infield.
However, what has stayed the same is the number on his back.
Porque cuando fui a Pequeñas Ligas, pocos años después mi abuela murió, falleció. Y ella siempre quería verme jugar en televisión, me recuerdo.
He said he always wanted to stick with it. He said his grandmother back then, she passed away, but he wanted to stick with it for her, and he's going to wear it till he gets to the big leagues.
But he's not only here to play ball. He is here to be a role model too.
Sí, me recuerdo muy bien porque cuando fui para Pequeñas Ligas, nos llevaron para un partido de béisbol.
Yeah, he said he remembers it. It was definitely special when he was in the Little League World Series. They got to go to a baseball game, so he wants to give that to them.
Y por eso cada vez que vienen los niños trato de dar mi 100%.
Yeah, he said he wants to give them confidence that 100% they could achieve what he did.
In pure Little League World Series fashion, he got asked who his favorite player was for his intro video.
My favorite player is Alcide Escobar.
And we wanted to know if that answer was still true.
No. Now it's Miguel Cabrera, probably.
We know favorite players change over time, but we have a strong feeling that he'll become a longtime favorite in Tulsa.